let's get to the reason of why you're here, because of the recent craziness.
What you want to talk about? I know why we here.
Right.
I know why we here.
Well, you reached out to me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because
let's talk about it.
I seen you and Tony Yayo.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all talk about me.
Right. Well, he was mostly talking about you.
Yeah, go.
You know, I didn't really chip in, too much.
What he
I
had
let
to
him
say?
talk.
What he said?
I mean, he basically said he was annoyed because it was such a big weekend and the back and forth with you was getting a lot of attention in the media.
Okay,
And he felt like it was somewhat overshadowing the greatness of the event.
Right,
and it was a very great event.
So while Hurricane Chris, the guy's talking negative, no, for real.
Yeah, I know about it.
Look how much press he's getting off of that, but nobody's talking about, nobody got shot down there for 4 days. Or Fifth had the whole city on lock. He had everybody out there. He had comedians out there. Then we're not even talking about the R&B acts. Monica, Monifa, Al B. Shaw, Keith Sweat. The perfect R&B show. Everything was at peace for 4 days, man.
Let's talk about the whole situation.
All right, so let's take you from the beginning, Vlad.
So before you start, we'll just kind of lay the groundwork. 50 Cent threw his first Humor and Harmony Festival in your city.
Yep.
He brought in Dave Chappelle, Master P, Terrence Crawford, just tons and tons of celebrity.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people performed. You were not one of the people that performed.
What do you mean when you say that?
Well, exactly what I said. There was lots of performances. You happen to not be one of those.
Right.
Right, so he never reached out to you and said, I want you to perform at my festival.
No.
So at one point, you make a video talking about it.
Right.
Now, repeat what you said in the video.
What I was saying in the video was, I was actually speaking of artists from Shreveport. Mm-hmm. So, say for instance, in the Bay or in Dallas, you got artists that's popping, like really popping in certain markets. You understand what I'm saying? We accepted them in the city as one of us. So when we accept you in the city as one of us, and when you saying, this is my city, I'm looking for you to tap into the city and see some of these artists that's been pushing themselves for a long time, not me. I want you to see what the city got to offer artists and music-wise. So when you book a big event like this, and you saying it's a Shreveport festival, you can have some of the Shreveport legends to be a part of it. Not me, because I actually had a football game with my son. I couldn't be there that day. His right-hand man had reached out to me and was like, you coming? And I was like, but I just couldn't make it.
But there was multiple days, though. It wasn't just a one-day event.
But the main event, so the main event where all the stars perform, that was one event.
Okay.
After that, they had like an after party for all the local people in the city to go under the bridge.
Got it.
But if you performed under the bridge, none of the people from the big arena saw you. Artists, when a big artist come into their city, the whole purpose of them performing and opening up is so the big people can see them. You know, so you could kind of shine a light on what the city got to offer. You go to the Bay, you're gonna see somebody you never heard of, and he gonna rock it harder than a Young Jeezy or harder than one of the hottest artists. I just feel like when you say it's your city, you should tap into the city and see all of the artists that's popping in the city and all of the artists that's big in the city. So when you do a big event in your city, you can shine that spotlight on some of the artists in your city. You know, all of the artists from the city performed under a bridge by themselves after it was over for free, didn't get paid or didn't get to get on that big stage or didn't get to be seen by none of the people who came into the city. So they were separated, excluded, and sent to the side. You understand what I'm saying? But I feel like if he would tap in and understand what's really going on, he would know that you got people that really rock stages. They can rock stages of 7,000, 8,000 people that's right here from the city. So of course we accepting you in the city and you saying this your city, but let us actually show you the city. Don't just spend all your time downtown with the people with the suits and with the people that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can actually show you this community. But it was a problem way before all of this. I'm gonna take you all the way back to the beginning. This started when he first came to Shreveport and he started saying, it's no more Ratchet in my city. Shreveport been called Ratchet City since way back in the Gap, the early 2000s. When you go to the when you go to the Bay, they call it the Bay.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to Chicago, they call it Windy City. When you go to Dallas, they call it Funky Town, Texas. When you go to New York, they call it the Big Apple. We always call Shreveport Ratchet City, and for him to come and say, no more ratchet in my city, I took that as a little disrespectful, and I took that as him not tapping into the culture to actually understand what this means. This is our music. This is something we actually created that made it all over the world. So don't just come and bash it like it's something bad. If you look back at the A Bay Bay remix, I got E40 on it. He from the Bay. He say E40 from the Bay. Ratchet mean hyphy like where you stay. So people been understood this. So why would you come disrespect this whole movement that we had musical movements with and everything and say, no more ratchet in my city?